So how we support our partners is we have state teams who are kind of made up of staff that come from a range of different backgrounds, the kind of players we want to bring together. They might have worked for government or civil society organisations or media, and they act as a kind of neutral broker. So they're on everybody's side and trying to kind of bring these players together, and they play a really critical role. We support our state teams to do their own kind of political economy analysis. So they're the ones who are trying to find out what are the kind of key issues that they can facilitate to bring partnerships around. So what issues are the government on board with? Where are the credible civil society players? What's important to citizens? And try and create an enabling environment for those partnerships to come together. And then supporting those partnerships to work constructively with the government, to plan in a sort of incremental way. We've been hearing a lot about that in the last couple of days, about how you work on sort of quick wins. And what we talk about with our partners is how they can sort of assess their own kind of capacities and what they can do well, and set sort of short-term goals, which is something that's achievable. And then achieve that or not achieve it and learn from that. So then reflect on that experience, what went well, what went badly, build their confidence gradually, build their credibility gradually, and build their capacity to take on bigger challenges, achieve bigger results. And it's a process we called snowballing, where they're kind of building their sort of capacity, credibility and impact over time.
We talk a lot in our work about the importance of trust. We only work in countries where we're invited in by the government and the leadership. Some of the stuff about relationship building and interpersonal skills can sound really soft, but when you see it in a crisis situation, you really see what it means.
The same way the designer has to design, I don't know, a phone or a service, they have to put themselves in the shoes of the people they are trying to reach. So we apply the same concept for public employees as well. So we needed them to see themselves in the shoes of the population they are trying to reach with the policies. So we designed all these different tools and engaged in a lot of immersive experiences so they could actually engage in this change of mentality. And by doing so, they were not creating solutions or interventions that they thought was good for them. It was not a situation of the doctor knows best.
We work best when we're in big coalitions, but coalitions of unusual suspects. So if you have Oxfam or Oxfam partners working with faith organisations, working with private sector, working with sympathetic people in government, really big things can happen quickly. If you just have an enormous network of NGOs fighting, then it's
right. So generally on a team you need 3 types of people or types inside your team. The first one will have, one type will have technical skills, which will provide you some of the analysis you need. A second will provide you the political skills and network, access to different key stakeholders that you want to get to. And the third one is what we refer to as the insider. The insider is the hardest one to find.
I would say the first thing is to understand the system, study the system in which you're working. And by that I mean what we would call power analysis. So in any community, in any village, in any country, power is distributed unevenly, and power is being endlessly renegotiated between women and men, between one village and another village, between people in formal power, people in subordinate positions. And we need to understand how that power is distributed and how it might be renegotiated in a more progressive direction.